We welcome you to Los Angeles. We've got a perfect night for baseball on the show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. John Shambi on play-by-play, Chris Singleton providing the color. And Chris, we've got an opportunity to watch one of the true superstars in the sport, Mookie Betts. Always exciting to see him in action, and it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boog, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. I mean, this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat.
Coming up on the first pitch, today's starting pitcher, Maddox Bruns. Chris, a pretty remarkable season on the mound for him.
Yeah, just a real solid season last year, finishing with a sub-2 ERA. That's getting it done. That is not having more than maybe one subpar start in the season. It's pretty much domination from wire to wire. And when you can do that against good hitters today that are looking to get the ball in the air, hit the ball over the fence, and slug, really impressive in what he did last year, and I only expect him to build on it this season.
Throw on to Freeman, and they get Edman for the out. Here's the Cardinals lineup now. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for him. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
One down, base is empty. Close, but called a ball. And now 2-0. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
Battling here as he fouls it away. And the pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Oh, that high four-seam fastball has become such a great pitch for pitchers to finish hitters off. They're trying to stay back with 2 strikes, make sure that they can handle something off speed and just...
Ouch, that one got him.
Lefty on lefty matchup, and sometimes you could be on roller skates a little bit where you're quickly wanting to get out of the way, but the other times are you're saying probably safer if I just try to get a fat part of my body on the baseball and won't hurt as much.
And a foul ball. Just missed. The pitch. Swings and misses. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. And the Dodgers are coming up to hit. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in L.A. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, it's Miles Michaelis. What do you look for here?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out, and not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
That one ripped. Tattooed to Tatertown and gone. He'll touch them all. 3rd home run of the season. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 home run.
Yeah, you could say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him. Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
One run across in the frame so far here in game one of this 3-game set. And that one fouled off.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Turns and fires the bats.
That's a ball.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
And another ball. And down on strikes he goes. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
It's a strikeout, but they'll be in good shape if they make their outs as difficult as that one. Those grinding ABs take a toll on a pitcher as the game goes on.
And now it's Juan Soto. Just missed. Michaelis, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, a curve, and he works in a changeup. The pitch. Just missed.
2-0 count to a guy like this at the plate. You've got to throw a pitcher's pitch. Don't just try to get a strike. He could make you pay.
1 out, bases empty. That one misses. Ball 3.
After giving up that home run earlier, it just doesn't seem like he wants to challenge him.
Well struck, right field. And gone. He'll circle the bases. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 2-0.
You almost feel bad for the baseball when Juan Soto hits it. His swing is so powerful.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 1 out, nobody on. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. First offering, and it just misses. Righty to the plate. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
1-1.
Gets under it and pops it up. Moving under this one. 2 away. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. And down towards the bottom of the lineup, hitting 8th here, Luis Domingo.
Well, he's an important part of this lineup for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it, Boog. It's somebody that they try to feed off of. He does a lot of things, you know, very well up there at the plate. He's got a presence about him, and, you know, he's a guy that you really kind of like to watch swing the bat.
2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Right through there for a strike. Swings through that one, out in front that time.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back to the
Leading off for the
ballpark.
Cardinals.
Top of the second, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Wilson Contreras.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong. Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Pitch misses, ball one. Runs in his second season. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a two-seamer. Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, Boog, they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So when you respect that, I think over time you can develop a relationship with them.
Gio Urshela to the plate. First pitch misses. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all four guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Now the left fielder, Jordan Walker.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Whips it across, and that is the inning. Redbirds down quietly, and they're down 2-0. Back here at Dodger Stadium, here's the third baseman, Max Muncy. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns.
No strike.
And here it comes. Next pitch in for a strike, and a count 1-2.
Well, a good slider from an opposite-handed pitcher has to stay in that tunnel just a little bit longer. Otherwise, recognition can cause you to barrel it up. And right there, the hitter clearly couldn't do anything with it. Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Teoscar Hernandez, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Swing and a miss.
Gosh, a little late on that breaking ball. I don't think he recognized it out of the hand. Just a little tardy. Gonna have to regroup here.
Struck him out without a swing. Froze him with the heater at the knees. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Luis Domingo in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. Two out, space is empty. Out towards left center. Walker gets under it. Hauls it in to end the inning. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. And we're back. Here's Lamont Wade Jr.
The first baseman, Lamont Wade Jr.
Runs back to work. On the ground, Ramirez. Zips it across. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting 9, the right fielder, number 7, John Rose.
Now up for St. Louis, John Rhodes. In the air, out towards left center. And there are 2 outs.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
So the batting order turns over, and here is Tommy Edman. And that skips in the dirt. On the corner at the knees for a strike.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, should be a good outing for him.
The Dodgers leading by 2. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. This to third. Now the throw to first on the run. They get the out, and that'll do it. And down in order go the Cardinals. They trail things here 2-0. Back here at Chavez Ravine. There's the shortstop at the plate, Danny Ramirez. And the pitch. Gets the outside corner with that one.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order. So the lineup flips over. Here's Shohei Ohtani. And a foul ball. Runner at first with no outs here. Double play ball to second. There's one. On to first, double play.
Well, a very fast developing play right there. No margin for error. Nice double play on a fast runner up the line.
Here's Mookie now. Struck out looking his first time. And a strike in there. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. 2 outs. Up the middle. Gathers and throws to first. And Betts is gone. And that ends the inning. Back here in L.A., all set for the start of the inning.
Dylan Carlson.
The pitch. On the ground to third. Tosses to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now it's the shortstop, Brendan Donovan. Hit by a pitch his first time up.
Here's a fun fact. Dodger Stadium was also the home of the Los Angeles Angels for 4 years in the 1960s while they waited for Anaheim Stadium to be built. When the Angels were playing games at home, instead of Dodger Stadium, they called it Chavez Ravine Stadium.
Now batting, the second baseman.
2 outs, base is empty.
Gorman.
Here's Nolan Gorman. Went down on strikes his first time through. That one at triple digits.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
0-2 now. And ball 1.
2 strike.
Got him swinging. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. They trail it here 2-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 4th. Here's Juan Soto. The line to kick the pitch. And there's a curve through for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Loves it on the dive. Nicely done for the out.
Man, a lot going on that play. Diving stop to his right in that hole, and then gets up and takes it himself. Man, it's a one-man show.
The batter now will be Will Smith. And he takes a strike.
0-1.
One down, base is empty. Fought off foul. Kicks and deals. And that one ripped into right. And that's a fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. And he's in with a stand-up double.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish. Struck out swinging his first time. And a good eye there.
Counts 1-0.
Smith over at second, one down. Up the middle, boots it. No throw. That's an error, and everyone is safe. Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. Squirts away a little bit. Well done behind the dish. Just missed.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Runners at the corners, one away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Smash to center, way back, and you can forget it. Home run. A gigantic blast. And they boost their lead. It's 5-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Just missed. And he deals. And there's a ball.
2-0.
Base is empty, one away here in game one of this 3-game set. And that's in for a strike. That's in there. And the count's even at 2.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
Domingo in the box for the second time. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch is outside.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Domingo checks his swing. Appeal down to third. And Matthew Ross right on it, says he held up. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Thought the green light might be on right there, but maybe not. If you're looking to swing in that count, that's the pitch you want.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. And the lead is now 5-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at Dodger Stadium, and up to hit is Wilson Contreras.
Wilson Contreras.
Here comes a pitch. Foul ball there. Contreras in his 9th season, 32 years old, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. Strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And that's downstairs and outside.
It's a good take.
Shoots a line drive single into right center. And the leadoff man aboard. Here's Gio Urshela. He's 0 for 1. Just missed. The Dodgers leading by 5, and we're at the top of the 5th. And he blows that one by him at 100.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
That one's in there. And the count 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
That's down and in. A slider missed. And a pitch. That one just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hit on the ground, might be 2. Betts to second. That's 1. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
Sometimes double plays get turned so quickly that you don't really get to appreciate all of the finer details and how these guys execute them. Right there, really nice footwork, and a good feed to second was the key to pulling it off.
Walker in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Danny Ramirez.
The shortstop, Danny.
As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Ryan Borucki appears to be getting loose. King warming up as well. Laced down the line. This looks like extra bases. Around first, heading for two. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Ryan Borucki gets the call from the pen. He last pitched 2 days ago.
Ryan Borucki.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He's already homered here in this one. That's down and in. A slider missed.
You know, these Dodgers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Man at second. And a swing and a miss there.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Going to count 1 and 2. And now the lefty. Foul ball, still a 1 and 2 count. The pitch. Fights that one away, still 1 and 2. Towards first. He handles it himself, and that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
The batter, the second baseman, Mookie Betts.
And now it's Mookie Betts. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right. That's down and in. In the air on the infield. Donovan under it. He's got it. And there's 2 down. Juan Soto now.
Right,
he's already homered in this game.
Juan Soto.
And that one just missed off the outside edge. Ramirez at third with 2 away. And there's the strike.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
2 outs. And it's fouled away. And a pitch. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. And that cost him a run as he scores easily.
Just a brutal turn of events for the defense. They get the big strikeout with the runner on third, but not only are they unable to complete the out at first, also some heads-up base running gets a run across. Kind of a tough play to recover from and move on if you're on the mound or behind the dish.
Catcher,
Runner at first with 2 away. And up to the plate is Will Smith. And this is a guy that doesn't just impact the game defensively. They count on him to deliver offense.
He's the first guy at the ballpark. He's got to study opposing hitters. He's got to get familiar with.
In there safely. And the pitch. And there's a foul ball. The pitch. And another ball.
2-1.
That one catches the zone, and the count is 2-2. The pitch. In the air, left field. Walker gets under it. He's there. He's got it. And that'll do it. So a run on one hit, no errors, and a man left. 5 innings complete. It's the Dodgers 6 and the Cardinals nothing. New inning getting started. So here's Wade now.
The first baseman, Lamont Wade Jr.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
And that's outside. 2-0.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
And there's ball 4.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
This to center field. On his way over, brings it in. And there's one down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Tommy Edman.
Back to the top of the lineup. And here comes Tommy Edman, a switch hitter batting right. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. The Dodgers up big in this one, and we're the top half of the 6th. That one a little bit high, and it's 2-0. And the pitch. That one misses, and it's 3-0. And he pumps it a strike.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
The Cards with a lot of ground to make up here in game 1 of this 3-game set. And that's ball 4.
That's ball 4.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
Here's the Cardinal DH, Dylan Carlson. And the first offering is not close. California kid, played for his dad at Elk Grove High School. His teammates there with Nick Madrigal. And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. Broken bat, and it's popped up.
Batter's out.
Now batting, shortstop, Brendan Donovan.
So digging in, Brendan Donovan. Singy, he's got a history of coming through in the big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. In the air, left side. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And that is that. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Dodgers 6 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here at Chavez Ravine, John Shambi with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the sixth, Freddie Freeman. The lefty fires. Swings through that.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
That one off the mark, and it's 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Struck him out swinging. Slider got him for strike 3.
No, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
Muncy, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-1. That one blasted deep to right. That's back. And that ball is out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 7-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here's the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Counts 1-0.
And that's outside. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the bottom of the 6th. Next pitch misses. Ball 2.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Grounded to Gorman. Throws to first. And Hernandez is out.
The center fielder, number 25, Luis Domingo.
2 outs, base is empty. Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Luis Domingo. Right through there for a strike.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike 1. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
2 down, nobody on. Slice down the right side. The other way, and he beats the shift. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, shortstop.
And down the shortstop, Danny Ramirez. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. There's a ball, and that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully move that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
And he deals. The shortstop takes the ball.
2-0.
Runner goes again. Fouled off left side. Man, is he fast.
It's so fun to watch.
And another ball. Shohei Ohtani to bat next. kicks and fires. And a foul ball. And here it comes. And he walked him.
Up next to the Dodgers.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Shohei Ohtani. 1 for 3. That's off the mark, and that's ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
First and second, 2 down.
Ball 2.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. And the runners will move up.
Well, this is a real gift here with 2 away. That's a pitch that needs to be handled behind the plate, and he knows it. Now you got to deal with 2 men in scoring position instead of just 1. They need a big pitch right here to get out of it.
Two on, 2 outs. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1.
Strike.
Next offering misses down and away. Mookie Betts getting on deck circle. Clips the corner. 3 and 2 now. Domingo on third. Ramirez at second with 2 gone. And they're all loaded up.
Now batting, second baseman.
Here's Mookie now.
Mookie.
Year in and year out, this guy an MVP candidate. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. On the ground to the left. And foul ball.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
That one finds the zone. And the count 1 and 2.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
In the air out towards right center. Edman sprinting for this one. Makes the grab after a long run. And that is that. Solo shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now 7-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And we're back. Now it's the second baseman, Nolan Gorman.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong and their timing's off.
Runs back to work. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. And that one hit 97 on the gun.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
And down on strikes. Now 1 away.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. Fastball for a strike. Hit in the air, center field. Out, number 2.
The third baseman, number 13, Gio
Urshela steps in. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball one. The Dodgers up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. Next pitch is outside. And another ball.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage. One of the things about that two-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a two-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Walker at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there.
There it was, a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2.
Tonight, his slider has been really impressive. I mean, tight spin. Seems like the hitters aren't picking it up out of the hand.
2 outs. Just misses with that one.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Here comes a pitch. Got him. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. The Cards leave one. They continue to trail 7-0. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So digging in, Juan Soto. And a pitch. That's in there. That's strike 1. Movement in the bullpen. Zach Thompson getting loose out there. King also throwing. Pitch misses there, and it's 1-2.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. That one almost got him.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
And the righty deals. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Righty delivers. Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
Now he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Line drive. Tracks it down for the out. 1 down.
Now batting, the catcher.
Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Will Smith. Right through there for a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
On the ground, right side. And he handles it himself for the out.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
2 outs, base is empty. And next for LA, Freddie Freeman. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
2 down, nobody on. That one missing inside. Freeman hits it in the air, settles underneath it, and puts the squeeze on that one. And the inning is over. Back here in LA, we go to the 8th. Now, Lamont Wade Jr.
Wade Jr.
The wind and the pitch. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. And that one is lifted in the air. Hernandez ranging after it. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 1 down.
The right fielder, number 7,
John Rhodes. Next up for the Cardinals. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Got it by him for the K.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. He's got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Just a weak fly ball this time. Soto pulls it in on the run. Ready for the bottom of the 8th once he digs in.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
The pitch. On its way to the corner. And a foul ball. Leon, in his 8th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, a slider, and he works in a 2-seamer. Good eye right there. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one missed. Stays alive. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 3. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Hernandez now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's the first out.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Domingo stands in now and watches strike one. Muncy leads off first with one away. Out to center. Edman in position. Edman makes the play.
The batter, the shortstop, Danny Ramirez.
Man at first. And up next for Los Angeles, Danny Ramirez. First pitch, and he just misses. Fastball for a strike. Two outs. Throws to first in time. Third out. Looks like he's heading back out for the ninth as he'll go for the shutout when we get back. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set to start the ninth in this one. So now here's the Cardinals designated hitter, Dylan Carlson. That catches the outside corner. 0-1.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
High fly ball out to left field. Hernandez under it. Squeezes it. One away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Donovan at the plate and takes high there. Down the line. And that will drop foul. Base is empty, one away here at the top of the ninth. High in the air, out to right. And he makes the catch. And there's two away.
Up next for the Cardinals, the second baseman.
So it's their last chance in this one. Nolan Gorman getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. That misses. Ball one. Just missed. 2 down, nobody on. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 2-1 now. Hot shot to third. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Dodgers
Really incredible performance on the mound. You know he's going to stew a little bit over that one hit that he gave up, because when you look at the body of work, so dominant, if he'd have made just one better pitch, perhaps he'd have a no-hitter.
This one ends 7-0. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Dodgers, 7 runs on 9 hits. No errors, they left 5 runners on base. For St. Louis, no runs, just 1 hit. No errors, they left 4 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 1 minute. Tonight's paid attendance, a sellout, 56,000. The Dodgers thank you for attending tonight's game. And as
Mm-hmm.